Starting today, it's a week-long event where I try foods that make us just feel good and warm our souls. I love comfort food, and my next guest is owner and chef of the Blue Ribbon Empire with 23 restaurants nationwide. He's here to make their famous fried chicken. I'm so happy. Please welcome Eric Bromberg. Hey, Eric. It's great to have you. So, there are certain comfort foods that come to mind. Fried chicken is definitely at the top of my list. Why do you think it's such a comfort food?
Yeah, I think it combines really kind of the delicateness of the white meat chicken and just something flavorful. But then once you get the deep fried and the crunchy and salty, it's just an amazing combination.
It's the best. So I need help, and I'm going to watch you very carefully because mine aren't that crispy. So I got to really pay attention.
We got the crispy covered.
Good. So what do we do first?
So our first thing to do is make sure you pick a chicken, and we prefer to use a water-cooled chicken.
Water-cooled?
As opposed to an air-cooled chicken.
Why is that?
Because it allows a little bit more moisture to be in the chicken before you fry it. And you're frying it at such a high temperature that it tends to dry out quickly.
Okay.
So if you use a water-cooled chicken, it'll be a little more moist.
And when we talk about ice water cold or just...
Well, just when they process it, they rinse it with water and let it and cool it that way.
Oh, it's how they process it. Oh, I see. Okay.
There are a couple different varieties. For a roast chicken, you want an air-cooled chicken. For fried chicken, you want a water-cooled.
Did y'all know that? I didn't know that.
A little tidbit.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm going to remember that.
So
what's next?
We split the chicken into 4 pieces.
Okay.
Breast, leg, wing, and thigh.
Okay.
So we're going to use normally bread with either whole eggs and milk or buttermilk.
Okay.
We're going to use egg whites.
Just the egg whites?
Just the egg whites. And that's the first trick to making sure that it comes out super crispy.
Okay.
So we just use the egg whites. And then we have over here, we have our fry flour, which is a mix of all-purpose flour, and we have a secret ingredient, which is matzo meal. So it's
like that you make matzo balls?
Exactly.
You got to be kidding.
Ground matzo meal.
I love matzo balls.
So this is northern fried chicken.
I love it. I'm going to take that down south.
All right, so we mix all that up. We have a little baking powder in there as well.
That's great. I'm going to open up a chicken restaurant called Lots of Matzo.
So then we put our chicken right in. Make sure you get the flour all covering all the edges so you get it crispy. And then simply tap off the flour, okay? Make sure you don't get too much flour in the oil because then that'll burn.
Right.
Gives
so get all the excess off.
Gives a burnt flavor to the chicken.
Okay.
So we'll just lay it in.
Okay.
This is something we did earlier. I'm going to put that in so it comes out hot. And then very simply, we just put this in 375 degrees. Now normally at 375, you can use a pot, you can use a fryer like this, but you want to be sure you get it hot enough.
And your first restaurant, I think, is celebrating a milestone. Is that right?
Yeah, our first restaurant, Blue Ribbon, which is on Sullivan Street in New York City, we're celebrating 25 years.
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's a big deal. How did you come up with the concept for Blue Ribbon?
So Blue Ribbon really started, my brother and I started it together with several of our cooks and guys who work in the restaurant. There were 14 of us, and we'd worked in other people's restaurants and sort of high-pressure restaurants that you kind of hear a lot about, and really decided that wasn't a very pleasant way to go about working every day. And since working in a restaurant is really 16 to 18 hours of intense kind of pressure and all that stuff, we kind of took the approach, we're going to, instead of being aggressive and mean to everybody, we're going to be nice and friendly and make a really positive work environment for our staff. And so those of the 14 who started originally 25 years ago, 11 of us are still together.
That's incredible.
Making restaurants all over and serving fried chicken.
It's kind of hard to get angry and argue with people when you're making fried chicken, right?
I know, there's nothing better.
Yeah. So when that's done, you take it out.
So once it's cooked, and usually you can tell because it gets in this beautiful golden color.
That's perfect.
Right? So we'll put this here. Here we have some dried herbs, garlic and onion powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, and some salt. we put all these ingredients into a bowl,
Okay.
and just stir that up, stir it up.
And so then you take the seasoning and then you put it in
So
the
we
shaker.
take the seasoning and we just shake it on top.
I would have not thought that's how you do it, right? I would have put it in the fry. Please tell me that's the last step because I have to try it. I can't
This is
take
the
it.
last step. So here you go.
Oh,
Whichever
look at
piece
that. That is
you
crispy.
prefer. So
Oh, my
super
goodness.
crispy.
You are an honorary New Orleanian.
Thank you so much.
That is so good, Eric. Thank you. We'll be right back.